everyone. I'm going to wait a minute until people join. Who's joining our chit chat tonight? Hey guys, welcome. I was just wondering who was gonna join. Hi Adele. You guys are so funny. Hi Jonger and L Morbj 24, Moo 35, Bobby B 2637. Hi guys. Rams 800. Thanks for the hearts, you guys. So, as you know, if you follow me, I have been, show her love. Thank you. Show me love. You still got the pretty bow in your hair from earlier. I do, guys. I have a hair bow in my hair. Look at how cute. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I took a picture earlier. I was wearing much more flattering clothes. And you guys should check it out. She looks like she's gonna die early. What? What does that mean? Yeah, very weird comment. So you guys, when I started out scoping recently, I would have these long conversations with you guys, and you would invite your followers, and we would have a really cool conversation. So tonight, I decided, I've been working all day, but I decided, like yesterday, to go ahead and stop and give you guys a chance to do that. Let's just hang out. Let's chit chat. So if you guys would invite your followers, it's really simple. You just, if you're on iOS, you just swipe to the right and then click invite followers, and then they can join us and you know them, and so you can kind of, thank you Jonger81, thank you so much. We can kind of chit chat with everybody and get to know each other. I love doing that. I love just getting to know you guys. Tell me about your Saturday, or it could be Sunday morning where some of you are. I'm not sure, but your weekend, let's say it that way. Tell me how your weekend's going. What are you guys up to? Inquiring minds, they want to know, guys. What are you up to? Pulled weeds, gave the dog a bath, and watched basketball. You know what, Jonger81? You had a productive day that no one wants to do. Pull weeds and wash the dog. Eesh. I bet watching basketball was your favorite part, wasn't it? Was it part of the March Madness stuff, or was it just your favorite team playing? Did they win? Or were you watching like live people play basketball? Had a good salad too. Ooh, yum. You know what? That sounds good. That kind of makes me want a salad. You know, like real crispy. I'm a real iceberg fan. Just March Madness, gotcha. I'm a real crispy lettuce fan, like the iceberg lettuce, which they say is like good for you, but kind of the least good for you of all the different lettuces in the world. My team did not make it. Oh, I'm so sorry. I have to be honest and say that I understand basketball, but, you know, I've never really watched it for March Madness, and I'm thinking this year I should change that. I'm thinking I should finally, like, watch it, have a bracket, you know, do the whole deal. So, I know it's a little late on some of them, but, I mean, we're not done yet, so no biggie, more into football. Yeah, especially since I went to a school in the SEC, college football in the autumn season in the fall is fun stuff. I was applying to be an anchor at one point, and actually currently, I don't know why I said at one point, and one of them was to be a sports reporter and anchor for the fall football season, which would be so much fun. I would love to do that. Would you guys watch me if I was an anchor for that? I've been going to see my dogs play all my life. Fun, yeah. There's nothing like being there for a game. I would watch. Yay! I have one viewer that would watch. Awesome. But yeah, I think that would be really fun. Growing up, my dad was more like more into engineering and tech. Like he understands sports. He's just not like that's not his thing, you know. So you know, I didn't grow up getting it so much until I went to an SEC school. I complimented your video reels on YouTube. Yes, Jonger, I saw that. Thank you so much. Like I didn't want to reply any way that would appear unprofessional to potential hirers, but I was so touched. I thought that was so sweet. And you weren't just like, hey, yo, good job. You were like very thorough, and I really appreciated that. So thank you, really, truly. Thank you. You're the only one that did that. You were a natural. I liked it. Thank you. Yeah, the funny thing is every time, so not many people know this, but I'll let you in on a secret. Every time I'm anchoring in those videos at a desk, Southern girls are the best on TV. Perfect. When I'm anchoring, I was working at that station doing their public relations at the time. And I'm sorry, I have something in my eye that hurts. When they couldn't get an anchor or they needed someone last minute, they would just grab me and have me do it. So that's what that footage is from. And a lot of the other footage is from some real things, but also just some reporting on the scene that I did. And it was, some of that is the first time I'd ever done it. And I was so like, this could turn out terrible. I don't know, but seems exciting. Yeah. Yeah, life, reporter life, anchor life, it's exciting. I'm kind of, at first I wasn't sure if I wanted to depart from the PR branding world, and I don't think I ever truly will. But there's a part of me that really wants to do anchoring, really wants to be in broadcast journalism, so I just think that's so fun. It's so fun to go find this truth, like find the stories, and I mean, you think back to the days of Ernie Pyle when he was like actually reporting from the trenches in the wars and all that. And you know, he coined saying, you know, as a reporter, your job is to find truth and report it. I hope I see you so I can say I knew you in. I don't think I'll ever become one of those people that forgets people. I'll always remember that. I'll always remember that you commented on my reels on Facebook. I'll always remember that you guys are so kind and supportive here on Periscope. Like, I'll probably be periscoping between reporting or while I'm an anchor, when it's commercial break. I'll probably be like, whatcha, and do a little bit of periscoping. That's cool. Yeah, it'd be fun. It would be so fun. So, I mean, I'm willing to move. So, yeah, I love watching anchor scopes. They are really fun to watch. I agree. But I don't know where you're from, but I mean, if you know of any stations hiring or anything, feel free to either, oh, you're in Georgia. Oh, you're my neighbor. I'm over in Alabama. Well, if you know of any stations that are hiring, feel free just to let me know, like direct message that to me. The Atlanta area. Awesome. I've applied to a lot of positions over there. Well, and I'm about to. I have a really long list of places to apply to. But yeah, if you know anywhere, if you would, you know, you could direct message me on Facebook or Twitter. That's what I'm trying to say. Or if you know a friend who knows a friend or something like that, feel free to share my YouTube video reels with them. You know, I can always send you my resume if you just happen to know, you know, like know a friend who knows a friend. It's crazy how they say that they did these studies where we're now more than 6 people apart from each other. You know how they say 6 degrees of separation? Well, they've done this study and apparently it averages out to less. we're even more connected, especially, I think it's because of social media, really. We're even more connected now than we were when that was done. And that was just 6 people. 6. Like, I can't hold up all my fingers because I'm holding my phone, but +1. Yeah, it's crazy. And now they said, at one point they said in some places there was an average of it being about 3.4. So let's just say 4 people or 3. Like, so you could know someone who knows someone who knows someone who could land me a job. Ah, how wonderful would that be? So wonderful. But, yeah, thanks so much again for your comments on those videos. I very much appreciated that. I was like, oh, someone likes it. Because, you know, people don't really stop and give feedback on things like that. I'll comment again if you ever want. Well, thank you so much. The best commentary is specific things. Like, if you, I don't know what you thought when you watched the reels, but if you were like, man, this is some deep talk, where the weed at? Yeah, I keep this PG, so there's no weed here, sorry. Deep talk, yes. But yeah, like I said, you know, if I don't know what you were thinking when you watched the reels, but if you were like, hey, I could see her doing this on like this channel or something like that, you can always send it to them or comment that and say, you know, I really liked it when you cover sports or when you cover entertainment news, or, sorry, there's still something in my eye. I was like, wow, she's sweet while watching someone I'd tune in to see. Aww, thanks. I just took a screenshot of that because it made me so happy. I'm sorry, guys. I have something in my eye, and I don't know what it is. So I'm like weirdly kind of winking at y'all. Denise? Oh. Lozad, are you Denise? Hi, Denise. Thanks for joining us. My name is Chelsea. I'm a public relations and marketing and branding consultant individually. And I'm also kind of looking for, oh, and apparently I'm awesome. I love him. He's so great. Hello. And I'm also looking for a full-time position, so I love it when you guys give me tips and tricks. I'm in the PR branding business right now, but I'm thinking about, I barely met you and you're awesome. Oh my gosh, you're so sweet. I'm gonna follow you. You should totally follow me back. You work at Disney? Oh my gosh, I already love you. I grew up in Melbourne. Thank you. I grew up in Melbourne, Florida, which is just an hour southeast of Orlando. And then I call her Disney Denise. I love it. And I spent some time, most of my childhood, growing up like at Disney. And then I went to Tampa at the University of South Florida for a year before I was able to have the opportunity to transfer up to Auburn to finish my degree. So did I. You went to USF? Are you a bull? Go Bulls! No, you grew up around Disney. Oh, okay. You're in LA. Oh, so are you at Disneyland then? The original Disney. I always imagine Disney World in Florida when people say Disney. So if you're in LA, I'm assuming you work at Disneyland? Yes. Oh, okay. Okay, well, my story about Florida then didn't mean anything to you, but sorry. That's cool, though, that you work there. What do you do there? Are you a character? Are you a hostess? Are you a crew member? What do you do? There's so many things that go on there. Been to Disney World, too. Okay. Cool. But yeah, what do you do there? I always wanted to be a princess. I have theater training background, and I always wanted to be a princess. You're a waitress in a restaurant. That's cool. You're a Daffy Duck stand-in? Really? Is he kidding, or is that truth? Because that's cool. Being a waitress at a restaurant at Disneyland, you must meet so many different cool people. Tourists and maybe I don't know, maybe you have regulars. He's kidding. Oh. Well, I think that would be cool to be Donald. You'd be Goofy stand-in. I would want to be Cinderella or Aurora. Oh my gosh. I almost did the internship program. And to be a princess, because I was I believe the costumes are a size 4 or 6, and you have to be a certain height, and I matched it perfectly. But then I moved, and I'm not in college anymore, so I can't do it. Yeah, I've heard it's so great. Oh well. Oh well, maybe one day. If my prince doesn't come, maybe I'll go find him at Disney. Oh, I love Disney. Well, it's great to meet you. I think he invited his followers, so you must be one of his followers that joined. Thank you so much. That's really awesome. I could pass the Sleeping Beauty. I like the sleeping part. I don't get enough sleep in my life. Just, Well, I just wanted to take a little bit of time out of my evening to be able to chit-chat with you guys. I think I'm going to start coming up with some specific topics to talk about. Ooh. Yes, I did stay up for 36 hours consecutively recently. That's a fact, unfortunately. But it was, he did help for an hour. One of the most crucial hours, I think it was, if I recall, in the mix of all of it. I did 7 check-ins, and my followers were really the ones who kept me awake, because you can't fall asleep while you're talking. And it was a medical thing I had to do. I have really bad insomnia, like really bad. When I first started Periscope, I looked busted. You have no idea. Like, my favorite thing to do when I come home is what I call get ugly, and I've only halfway done that today by getting into comfy clothes. But usually my hair is like up on top of my head, and my makeup is either off or like smeared everywhere. So I was like that, rolling around in bed, couldn't sleep, and I think because of the sleep deprivation, I was like, this would be a great time to scope and broadcast that look to the world. So I did. You always look great when I've seen you on here. Oh, thank you. You're like the sweetest in the world. But yeah, so that was my re-entry. I had been on here before, but that was my basic re-entry to Periscope. Since then, I've attempted to look a little more decent. But yeah, so because I have really bad insomnia, I had to do this, we'll call it like a sleep test. And I had to stay awake for 36 hours, so 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., 10 p.m. to 10 a.m., 10 a.m., and I finally could crash at 10 p.m. the next night. I think I fell asleep on the dot. But because they had tried everything, and then finally they were like, well, let's do a way to naturally reset your body clock. So if you guys have ever tried that or needed to try something, that's free. You know, it's not medicine you're taking or something. It's hard to do, but after that, what you have to do is stick to going to bed at a certain time, whether you fall asleep or not, but getting in bed at a certain time and then waking up at a certain time. You want to sleep in. I promise you'll want to sleep in. But you can't, because when you wake up tired, that's good, because then you're tired enough by that night to go back to sleep. So that's what I've been doing for about a week-ish, maybe give or take a few days. And then now I'm raising the hour. So for a while, no matter if I went to sleep at 5 a.m., I would get up at 10 no matter what. Now I'm pushing it back to 9, and then I will be pushing it back to 8, 7, you know what I mean. So currently I'm at home working as an independent consultant, so I can afford to do that. But hopefully by the time I get a full-time job as well, I will have my hour up to, you know, like 7 or 6, you know, whatever time I'll need to get up to get ready for that job. That's my goal. And you guys are holding me to it, so thank you. Oftentimes I get on here and that's the first thing they ask. They're like, are you sleeping? And it's just so sweet. I feel like people actually care about me. Like, that's new. Like, I don't know why you care, but you do. And I love it. Thank you so much. So, I was asking how your weekends are going. So, how are your weekends going? How's your Saturday been treating you? While you're typing your responses, I'll tell you about mine. I just worked and worked and worked and worked. We have to look out for one another. No, it's not. You're right. Like, that's a serious point. We so do. And I think sometimes we don't. I remember yours, Stronger. I was just wondering about your friend, maybe what she was up to. He was pulling weeds and washing dogs and watching basketball. I actually literally worked all day long. From the time I opened my eyes this morning, I started working, and I have worked until, let's just say, late. Just in case you forgot all the excitement. Oh yeah. I mean, you were living it up today, Jonger. I'm just hanging out. That's cool. That's cool. I need to take some days to do that. Today, I literally fell asleep working. Thankfully, it was only a half hour, because also with this thing, I can't take a nap, because then I won't sleep that night. So, thankfully, it was only half an hour. But, yeah, no, my body just was like, nope, I want sleep. So I was like on my computer. Like, thankfully, I don't drool when I sleep, because my computer may have shorted out, but... That might be too TMI, but you'll if you follow me long enough, you'll learn. I'm pretty honest. Pretty honest. I love your hair. It has so much volume. Oh, thank you. That would be horrible. Yes, it would. It's kind of depuffed throughout the day, but I don't like to have like huge hair, but I definitely find it fun to have a little volume going on. Definitely a little bit of teasing just to keep everything in place. Today I'm sporting my little hair bow that I just got yesterday. Friend gave it to me. Go to the repair guy and explain that. Yeah. I'll go to the Mac store and be like, so I passed out and drooled all over my computer. Is that covered, like under Apple Care or something? It's so cute. Thank you. Somebody was saying it had to be bigger. It wasn't big enough. But I kind of like it just small. I don't think I pull off really big accent. Here, dog did it, yeah. Dogs get blamed for everything. But like, I don't really pull off really big jewelry. Like, this is just a simple cameo pendant. And I usually don't have anything in my hair. It's usually just styled, but today I just was a little lazy and put it in a bow because I didn't want to finish styling that part, to be honest. So, thank you. It matched my outfit earlier before I got comfy. It's nice. Thanks. Well, good. It's not too small. Before I got comfy, I had an outfit that had this like same fabric on it, so it matched really well. But oh well, you'd have to watch my previous scope to see that. Yeah, Jonger was there. He saw it when I was outside taking a walk. It was so nice, and there was actually sun today. I love lace. I love lace too. I love that fun, like, vintagey look of the lace and the, like, silk here, look of silk here in the middle, and then, like, the kind of old-fashioned cameo kind of necklace. I love it. I love it. I'm such a girl. Such a girl. Like, there's being a girl and then there's me. I just took off my nail polish and everything yesterday, and I don't know what to do with myself now because I really need to redo them, but that means I need to take time off work, and I can't do that, so what to do? Paint my nails or earn money? Earn money to do my nails. Yeah, girls will be girls. Yes, we will. Darn tootin'. I never say that, guys. I don't know why that just came out of my mouth. You darn tootin'. Never say that. But you heard it here. You heard it here live on Periscope. Oh, you guys. Did you say I never say that either? Yeah, not a lot of people do. Well, some people here in the South say that, but I mean, I'm from Florida, which isn't the South. And if you're in Atlanta, Georgia, it's Southern, but it's not like Texas or South Alabama or something like that. But if I end up moving to Georgia, which has on multiple occasions been almost a very real possibility, I'd love to meet you. What I'd love to do is, it's very city-like. That's how, I'm in Huntsville, Alabama, and it's a lot like that here because of all the engineers in the Space and Rocket Center and stuff, so it's not your typical, like, southern city. I don't know if I'd handle that well. You're stuck in boring California. More people from out of town than natives. Yeah. Half and half here, I would say. How is California boring? I've always, you know what? I have been to London and to, I've been to London and upstate New York, Niagara Falls, Canada, like all up and down the eastern seaboard, but I've never gone to California, and I really want to. I feel like it's kind of un-American to go across the big pond, that's what they call it sometimes, big old pond, the Atlantic Ocean, and go to London when I haven't even been across my own country. According to Katy Perry, it's awesome, right? When you're born and raised here and never left, it's super boring. Yeah, that's how it was back in my hometown, and after we've all left, we've now realized it was a pretty cool place, but super overpopulated. Oh, yeah, that's a pain. It's kind of like that in Tampa when I lived over there. It's the 5th largest metropolitan city in the nation, so, I mean, I liked it mostly, but definitely give and take, for sure. I had a job recently that I almost had to move to New York City for, which would have been the same kind of overpopulation situation. Plus, I've always wanted to go, like, to visit, but I don't know about living there. Yeah. That was a little bit of my thoughts, too. Like, so many people and the safety, like, at least statistically, Atlanta is safer than New York City. I mean, statistically, most places are better than New York City, so I also don't want to move that far from my family. I love my family. I'd only get to, can you imagine, like, because currently they live here in this city. They transferred for a job just like I did, and we ended up being able to be in the same city, which is awesome. But I just can't fathom, like, if I moved across the country, up or across, whichever way, I'd only see them on holidays. What is that? Inner city Atlanta can be scary. Oh, I understand that. That's just like Tampa. So Tampa has 2 parts to it. And the top part, you're good. You're golden. It's great. The bottom part, prostitutes literally walk the streets. And I didn't know that because I'm really naive and blonde and well, all the other excuses in the world, until I was with a group of people and they were like, I said, oh, she looks really cold. Like, I wish, if I wasn't so concerned about, like, stranger danger from 4th grade, I would want to, like, pick her up and take her where she was going. And they all, like, cracked up laughing, thought I was joking, and they were like, Chelsea, that's a prostitute. And then I got really worried about her psychologically because I was like, well, what led her to that lifestyle? And I felt so bad for her, and I just couldn't get over it. And then what really bothered me is that my boyfriend at the time, not now, but he was very good at knowing which ones were prostitutes and which ones were just literally like walking home from the grocery store, no matter what they were wearing. And in hindsight, like I said, he's my ex now, but in hindsight, it bothers me that he knew so well. Yeah. I don't know what that's about, so, We're still kind of friends, so one day I'll have to ask him. I say kind of just because it's awkward, when it's your ex, but we were like best friends for years before we dated, so now that we live in different cities, we can still kind of be acquaintances at least. Which I'm glad, because, he was my best friend for years. I'm sure he misses you. I'd really like to think so. Like, I guess that's just me being selfish and a girl. Because we were best friends for years. We started dating. It got serious quickly because of that. And then, as far as the pieces I've put together, he had an engagement ring. He had talked to my parents. Our families were already sort of family together. It got really serious. And then so when it ended, to tell you the truth, that was hard. Because my family had transferred and he was gone, and you got beauty, charm, and brains. Dude has to miss you. Oh, thank you. You just made me feel so much better. I miss him too, honestly. He was my best friend. Like, I'm the kind of person who, for some reason, say I say something wrong or I have some sort of thought in my mind that's totally wrong. For some reason, my friends or people I know just let me get away with it. And I don't know why. But he was one of the ones who would call me on it, and I really respected him for that because he did it in such an intricate way to where I wasn't mad. I was grateful. I was like, thank you for telling me I'm totally off base or something. And it's a special skill with me to be able to do that so well, and he did. And so even just as my best friend, like, we'd sing together all the time, and so yeah. I don't know how we got talking about him, but I miss him a lot, just as a person in my life, yeah, there was all this romantic stuff, but just as a friend to call up and see a movie with or something, I miss him. We had so much fun together. Like, if I were to name off the top 5 people that I've had the most fun with in my whole life, including my family, he's very likely number 4. Because, like, my mom and dad, I gotta put them first. And then, maybe he's 3? Well, I did have a best friend we had a lot of fun. But honestly, he's probably 4. Number 4. So, you guys are gonna make me cry. You're gonna make me want to call him up and just say, hey, how you doing? What's up? What's good? What's good? I think I will. I'll text him and just see. His mom's still not convinced we're not going to get married. Or that we are. No, she's still convinced that we are, I think. It's pretty funny. Good that you still talk. It is good. But it's hard. I don't know if you've ever had a similar experience, but it's hard because we pop right back into our old selves where we banter. Like, I can be a really sarcastic person. I try not to on here because I don't know if it translates all the time. But I can be really sarcastic, but fun. Like, not mean sarcasm, but fun. and he can just throw it right back at me, and not a lot of people can do that. And so when you talk to well, tell me this, like, how, I want to know how you handle this. What happens, I didn't quite see your picture, but, John, what's your actual name? Because I see you sign in a lot, and I don't know if that's your actual name or not, but I want to address you by your real name. John. Is John correct? Like, there's not another way to say that. Some people, I say their name and they're like, no, that's not it at all. So, unless you tell me otherwise, I'm calling you John. Yes, okay, John. Tell me from a man's point of view. So, like, when we get to talking and we're just friends, we're just chatting about nothing or something, it doesn't matter. Sometimes it's funny, like, I'll even, if I go on an awful date or something, like, we'll talk about that, like, just fun conversation. But then, because we so sink back into that best friend camaraderie, not just even dating, but just the friendship, he starts getting too emotionally involved and backs off a lot. And then I kind of, in a way, feel all that rejection all over again. So what do you do? Like, do you experience that? And from a man's perspective, how do you handle that? Like, what is it like for you? It could be totally different, because I know in my case, it depends on if you still have feelings for that person, and he supposedly does, so that makes sense. But if you don't mind me asking, like, what advice do you have, or what's your experience with that? How do you handle it? I know it takes a long time to type responses, so I'm trying to give you time too. That's the one thing I hate when I'm on other people's Periscopes. We cut ties when we split up 3 years ago, and you've remained single since. Oh, so you cut ties, so you're not friends anymore. Sorry, I must have misunderstood. I thought you were saying that you were still friends. Yeah, 4 years. That's so incredibly similar to my story. We were best friends for years. We started dating. We were dating for a long time, and then it got so serious, and then we kind of cut ties. You were best friends too. Yeah, it so easily leads into more, I think. We didn't cut ties, but we certainly kept our distance from each other. You took karate as kids. Oh, how cute. Yeah, we kept some distance from each other, and now, like, sometimes we even, like, Skype, just to check in. But it's hard, because I think he all of a sudden realizes that, because men compartmentalize beautifully. Women wish they could do that. And I think he has this little box in his brain that says Chelsea. And maybe sometimes when we talk, it opens and he gets skittish. And like I said, I feel that rejection all over again. And so just as excited as I get to talk to him, I know what's coming. And it's weird, like, we're not even dating. We don't live in the same city. He's only dated, I think, one person since me, and it was a rebound thing. It was the girl he dated right before me. And since then, he's been single. I was in a very serious relationship since that, but he hasn't been. And it's been, gosh, I think 4 years now. You have a super kind nature. It would be hard to just stop talking to you. You think? I know that my most recent ex had a really hard time with that, but he and I didn't need to end up together. Well, thank you. I mean, that is a compliment in a way, but I do see what you're saying. My most recent ex was just, nope, not good for me. He was very abusive and manipulative verbally, and abusive sexually, and I don't want to give you all the details because I don't know you that well, John, but so I don't have a whole lot of love loss with that. That's just been a lot to deal with, honestly. But the guy I'm referring to was the one right before him. And after that, I took several years without dating anyone, like not several, but maybe like 2 at least, just to, I know it was at least 1, almost 2 probably, because I felt like it was unfair to anyone else. You know, like it would be a rebound thing. Hate hearing about abusive males, gives us all a bad name. Yeah, and see, the thing is, my dad is completely opposite of that. My dad is like literally Prince Charming on earth. And so all the guys I had dated, I mean, I haven't dated, I make it sound like I date a lot, but I've had 3 serious relationships and then just dated here and there maybe a few times. But you saw my dad. Yeah, he is tall. He's 6'7". But he's such a great guy. And then the other guys I date, well, the first serious relationship was a guy that we weren't meant to be together as any more than friends, but we just had really good chemistry and it led to more. But there's a whole story as to why that ended. We'll skip that. And then the second guy is the one I'm telling you about, the one that we were almost, from what I've put together, we were almost engaged. I'd be afraid to cross him if I was your boyfriend. Yeah, they all think that when they first see him because they're like, they come in and they're like, hello. But my dad, he gets really protective over me as far as dating goes. However, he is really kind. I have to give him that. He's so kind and easy to talk to. Like, he makes conversations fun and, you know, just cuts a little that awkwardness unless, like, you do something to me like that. He gets upset then. But he breaks that barrier pretty quickly, which can be good. My mom, surprisingly, is the one who's much more to be feared than my dad. Cute that your parents had their date night. Oh yeah, every Sunday night. So tomorrow night they'll have a date night, and then they're celebrating their 29th wedding anniversary Monday. So they've got fun plans for that, and I'm excited for them. I want that, but I'm not getting any younger, people. All right, well, I'm really loving talking to you, John, but I allocated a certain amount of time that I could be here on Scope, and it looks like I'm coming to the end of that. So I'm working on creating more times in the evening where I can just hang out with you guys, because that's what I used to do, and that's what got me a lot of followers that I got to enjoy chatting with, and hearts and all that stuff, so I'm trying to do that again. But you will definitely see me again, and yes, we can talk again. I would love to talk again, John. And yeah, it's good to meet someone who's so close, just in Georgia. A lot of times they're like, I'm in Istanbul, which is really cool, but so far away, so it's cool that you're like my neighbor. I hope you have a more super great evening. That totally was not grammatically correct, but I hope you have a good one, and I will see you later. Bye, John. Good night. Good night, everybody. Love and kisses.